Hello everyone, konnichiwa minasan. Let's learn Japanese episode 8, part 3. Yokoso, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Okay, so last time we did the part of the sentence that says 力任せの傾向で若い自分は結構強くなったつもりでも. Today we're going to do the last part of the sentence, which again is kind of long, so I apologize in advance. Please stick with me. Onegaishimasu. But we need to kind of do it all at once for it to make sense. And then we're going to put the whole sentence together, so it'll all come together at last. All right. So today, we're doing the part that says, 40歳を超える頃から身体にガタが出始め、急速に実力がしなべていくといったケースは少なくない。Okay, let's break it down. First off here, 40歳. This character refers to age. When you see a number like 40 and 歳, you know that is someone's age that they're talking about. And then, this one here, 超える. It's probably not easy to see, but 超える, you can look it up. 超える, to get past, to exceed a certain point. So in this case, what point are we exceeding? 40歳. So you get past the age of 40. You become older than 40 years old. 超える. And the next one here, 頃から. Koro, this is another today's vocabulary word, koro, refers to time, but a general time, not a specific time. So around this time. So like, you could say, 先週末の頃に around last weekend. I don't know if it was Saturday or Friday or Monday or Sunday, somewhere around there. Koro is like an approximate time. And then kara, from. So from around the time when you get older than 40, what happens? 身体, I don't know if you can see it. 身体にガタが出始める. 出始め. Now this one, gata, I'm not sure what it means because I couldn't find a translation, a dictionary definition. However, given the context of the sentence, I am very confident that it means some kind of injury or physical problem with your body, given the context of the rest of the sentence. So we'll say injuries or problems. And then shintai, we've run into that word before. Shintai means body. Shintai ni gata ga dehajime. Okay, this one I do know. Deru, to go out of somewhere. Ie o deru. Ie o demasu. I go out of my house. Or it can mean to appear, like butai ni deru. He appeared on stage. He came out onto the stage. And then, hajimeru. It's really small, sorry. Hajimeru. This is to begin something. I start something. For example, the teacher would say, 授業を始める. I start class. This is different than, once again, really small, sorry, 始まる. Hajimaru, something begins. So this is an example of jidoshi and tadoshi, or transitive and intransitive verbs. Jidoshi are verbs that have an agent, a person in the sentence who is doing the thing. Tadoshi, intransitive verbs, are verbs that have no agent in the sentence. That something just happens. No one does it, it just happens. Or at least, I don't do it. The speaker is not doing it. So, the teacher would say, 授業を始める. I start class. The student would say, 授業が始まる. Class begins, class starts. Because they're not starting the class, they're not doing anything, but something is happening. So, jidoshi, tadoshi. We could also spend an entire video just talking about examples of jidoshi and tadoshi. So, it's something I should probably do. Let me know if you guys are interested and we can talk about it. But okay, moving on. Right, and then sentence qualifier. 超えるから, or 超える頃. Verb plus noun used to describe, so when you use a verb to give more information about a noun. So for example, 去年の誕生日に もらった本です。The book that I got last year on my birthday. And once again, we can sort of cover that more in detail in a separate video. But for now, when you get past the time when you are 40 years old, 身体にガタが出始める. So problems begin to appear in your body. You start to have problems with your body. And then we have this part. 急速に実力をしなびていくといったケースは少なくない. Okay. 急速. Rapid. This is an adjective. And then you put ni on the end. Rapidly. Anytime you put ni on the end of an adjective in Japanese, whether it's e adjective or na adjective, it changes into an adverb. So it works exactly the same as in English. Yay! Something easy. Something simple. Hooray! Okay. 急速に, so rapidly. 実力. Real power, real ability to do something. So in this case, train in the martial art or do the martial art. Now something I will mention here briefly. 実力. Hey, wait a minute. We've seen this one before. 力. But it's being pronounced as 力. What's going on? Well, that's just another reading of that character. And this is something that you will notice once you learn enough kanji. You learn many vocabulary words, kanji words. And you begin to get more familiar with how the individual characters are pronounced. So for example, this one, chikara, by itself is chikara. But when it appears second in a word, it is usually pronounced as ryoku. And then this one, almost always pronounced as jitsu. There are some cases where it's pronounced differently, but in most cases. So when this one appears first in the word, it's jitsu. When this one appears second in the word, it's ryoku. So you can sound out new words you've never seen before, but you've seen those characters before, and you can say, jitsu, ryoku. Well, I wonder if that's right. And you look it up. Oh, hey, wow, it is. You know how to pronounce it. You still don't know what it means. You still have to find the meaning in the dictionary, but it's way faster and easier to look it up just by typing in jitsu ryoku into your dictionary. So that's a nice thing that happens once you learn enough, once you acquire a critical mass of knowledge when it comes to vocabulary and kanji and stuff like that. So it does get easier. There is hope. Keep going, okay? All right, next thing. Shinabite-iku. All right, this is another vocabulary word. Shinabiru. To wither, to fade, to be wizened. So your real ability withers. And then teiku, once again, verb plus teiku. We talked about that before. It's showing that there is a process. Your real ability begins to fade, begins to wither. You begin to get weaker over time. Toita kesu. So that kind of toyu, but they make it past tense. Toita kesu, like literally case, like case study. That kind of case is wa sukunaku nai, not few. So that's kind of a backwards way of saying it, but there are many cases where people's real ability rapidly fades. They lose their ability to fight and to train like they did before, after they hit 40 and onwards. So now, to put it all together, and I know this is getting long, thank you for staying with me. 特に空手のような打撃系の武道では力任せの傾向で若い自分は結構強くなったつもりでも40歳を超える頃から身体にガタが出始め急速に実力がしなびていくといったケースは少なくない。So in particular, in striking martial arts like karate, I, and perhaps some other people, relied on physical prowess in order to do the training and to do the martial art, and I planned to become quite strong this way. But when I hit 40 and onwards, from around that time, and I began to have problems with my body physically, my ability to do the martial art, to do the training, rapidly faded and decreased. And cases like that are not few. There's quite a lot of cases where that happens to people. So yay, we finished the whole sentence. This was a long one, once again, but we had a lot to talk about. Once again, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I will try to address them there or in future videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers.